Hey, what's going on, everybody out there in the podcast world and those looking on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We're back with a new podcast. We're back with a new video. I got to make it both because we have not been around for a while.
Only a week.
Yeah,
we were here last week.
I think 2 weeks.
No,
Last Monday.
I was about to say we were here.
10 days. It's been 10 days. So we're back. What I was about to say. To those that look on YouTube, I need y'all to do me a favor. I need you guys to download the Scorpion Show podcast. So if you're looking on YouTube, all you got to do is go to Apple and go on. If you have Android, you can download Google Play, or you can go to the website. The links will be inside the more info box where you can listen, because we need to get the view up on that too. So I know that when you do both at one time, people decide where they want to go, but I really want you guys to download the podcast. And to those listening, thank you for listening. And I know some of y'all be still in my inbox. Where my podcast? That's why I put the Will Smith thing up, because I knew that I wanted us to have our thoughts out there in the beginning and then wait for more developments to happen. And they have happened. So, there was a video that was released showing a point of view where Jada was laughing after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Chris Rock actually went on stage to perform his show, where he stated that he wasn't ready to talk about it yet. And he said he will, but not at this time. And he has stayed silent on the matter. He hasn't said anything. But his brother, Tony Rock, did a show where he basically was upset that his brother got slapped. And I mean, who would be happy that their brother got slapped? Right. So he went on and he did his thing. Some people didn't like it, but fuck, that's his brother. He's supposed to defend his brother. Like, how you mad about that?
The same way everybody was excited about Will defending Jada, you should be equally excited that Tony Rock defended his brother.
Right.
Period.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. And he said, if anybody run up on this stage, the only thing you're going to be nominated for are these hands.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And, and then Wanda Sykes, she said she was traumatized. Okay, now listen. Some people don't know the backstory with Chris Rock and Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes was a writer for his the Chris Rock show that used to come on HBO years ago. Like, Rhonda's been behind the scenes for a while. I'm sorry. And so, yeah, she has a right to feel the way she feels, that no one apologized to her. But I feel like nobody's talking about who won anything. Everybody talked about the slap that happened. Everybody's just been talking about it. Nobody talked about this person won, that person won. And, yeah, the media is part of the blame, because we let 5 seconds of what happened, more like a minute or so, what happened on a show, that became the headline over who won. Even Will Smith, him winning that Oscar, no one's talking about him winning. People are talking about them taking away the Oscar. I don't think that they should take away an Oscar for that. There have been people out there abusing women, raping women.
Well, they're not taking away his Oscar.
Yeah, and they shouldn't.
Yeah, they're not taking away his Oscar.
People have done...
Yeah. They're not taking. As a matter of fact, I don't know in the '94 history of anyone ever having their Oscar taken away from them.
Yeah.
So I think that's just talk that's being talked about from people who know nothing about the Academy. Because again, in 94 years, if you take Will Smith's Oscar away for slapping Chris Rock, then you'd have to take Harvey Weinstein and Roman Polanski and a lot of other people who have been accused and charged of other crimes in the past.
Right.
Will Smith has not been charged with anything, but it's just people talking.
Right.
Just people talking. And it was rumored from people who, again, are not there's nothing, who's not affiliated with the Academy
or
anything like that. So
yeah. And I'm just like, I'm kind of tired of it, but I would rather hear from like the important people. Like I would rather Will. I want to hear him talk about it one day. I want to see Jada talk about it one day. I want to see Chris talk about it. I would love for them to do a red table talk, all three of them. I wouldn't mind that happening. But what I don't like is these movie studios acting like, oh, we can't work with Will Smith. We going to back away from this project over a motherfucking slap. Y'all acting like he beat this man ass on stage or something. Like, y'all act like he did the worst thing in the world. Now, should he slap somebody on any stage? No. But y'all not going to act like he's just this thug that just be beating up people at award shows. And I really don't like that.
Well,
like,
I have to totally...
He made a decision, a bad one, but I don't think it's something that he should be disciplined for forever.
Well, I have to totally disagree. I don't think that the movie studio should be canon. I don't think any of that, because Will Smith, like I told my friend earlier, a few months from now, this will all blow over, and I think everybody will be back to being on Will Smith's bandwagon. However, I don't think, and I don't agree with people downplaying the fact that he slapped Chris Rock, because a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he just slapped him. He didn't beat him up. But a slap is an assault. And I, for one, am a strong proponent of keeping your hands to yourself. You cannot just hit someone and think that that's okay. And then someone smack you in the face and then have somebody over on the left saying, oh, well, he only smacked you. He didn't beat you up. Yeah, well, he smacked you. He should keep his hands to himself. That's not appropriate. We tell children that. Keep your hands to yourself. If a 50-year-old man does not know to keep his hands to himself, that's a big problem. And I think that what's making it worse is that people are trying to justify what he did. Oh, well, he just smacked him. It's okay. He did it for his... Yeah, that's not okay. I can't just walk up and smack somebody and think that, okay, well, yeah, that's not. I don't want anybody to smack me. Somebody sent me a DM yesterday. Yeah, somebody sent me a DM yesterday and was like, oh, well, I told, well, this makes sense. And Chris Rock got what he deserved. And I guess she thought that I was going to agree with her. And I said, no, it doesn't make sense. I don't give a damn what Chris Rock said in the past about Jada or anybody. Mm-hmm. You cannot just smack somebody. That is still assault in this country.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, now everybody, okay, Will Smith released a book a couple months ago, Will. They're thinking about turning that into a biography. I'm surprised they want to do it so soon. But to hear like, Apple Plus and Netflix and, you know, a couple other movie studios are trying to back away from the project.
Well, you see, I don't think that they will go through with it. However, I think that people are trying to make an example and say, listen, we do not. Prime example. Look what happened in Florida with the, what is it? Don't Say Gay
bill.
What happened at the Oscars? They taunted Florida and said, no, gay, gay, gay. You know what I mean? People are trying to make an example. Like, listen, we love Will Smith. We love him as an actor. We love him. However, we cannot support you assaulting somebody because that's what Will Smith did. I know a lot of people love Will Smith and they agree that he was right for defending his wife. However, what a lot of people are not saying is that what Will Smith did was assault. A lot of people are not saying it because they're actually cheering Will Smith on. But at the end of the day, legally, that is assault. And I think that these studios do not want to back somebody who assaulted somebody else on live TV. Because if I continue to support you when I watched you assault somebody, then that means that I'm agreeing with what you did. And that's not okay, because then assault victims will come out and say, well, how on earth are you how are you supporting
and
these
people? They better sit their ass down. Yeah, but because this ain't got nothing. I mean, I understand that.
I'm not talking about sexual assault. I'm talking about people who were physically assault. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But no, because assault is assault.
Down. Yeah, but listen, they can sit their asses down. This is not. Now, I can see, if this was a situation where Will slapped Jada or something like that.
Well, then why is it? Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because I had an issue like that yesterday at work. I had to report someone. I had to report a female nurse, because she jumped in my face and she would not get out. And
what you say?
No, I didn't say anything. I told her she needs to get out of my face, and I had to let her know that when you approach my desk, you have to properly address me. Don't walk to me like you're talking to a kid. She didn't like that I told her that. Mm-hmm. And so after I told her several times to get away from my desk, she refused to. When I reported her, I had to let her manager know and all the other managers know, because it became a whole big thing. I had to let them know, had the shoe been on the other foot and I did that to her, y'all would be walking me out of this building. Why? Because she's a woman and I'm a man. Why? Because it would have been, oh, you threatened her. Oh, she felt threatened and scared. I said, so if I can't do that to her, then she shouldn't be able to. And you know what each one of them said? Yeah, absolutely right. And you know what each one of them said when I said that about y'all would be walking me out? They all said, yeah, absolutely right. We would be walking you out. So I said, if I can't do it to her, she shouldn't be able to do it to me. And that's how it is with this. If Will can't smack Jada, then he shouldn't be able to smack Chris Rock. It's just that simple. I understand that we all feel like, oh, well, he did. He felt like he did the right thing. But it still does not make it okay. It does not make it okay that he did that. And I'm glad you said that, because I instantly thought of that issue yesterday. And I had to make it very clear to them. I don't want the woman to get in trouble. I don't want the woman to lose her job. I just want her to know that if I can't do it to her, then she shouldn't be able to do it to me. And she better not ever do it to me again. Because if she does it to me again, then I'm going to take it higher up than the management. And they all agreed, you're absolutely right. She should not. And when you told her to step away from your desk, she should have stepped away from your desk. And she refused not to. She said, I'm not going nowhere.
Where was security?
That's what, and I told her, I said, I'm about to call security. And she said, go ahead, call them. Now, I wasn't going to really call security. I just was telling her that so she can get away from my desk. But one of my coworkers had to come and remove her and say, come with me and get away from him. Mm-hmm. She would not move. So this is what I'm saying. Like, we have to, because again, and you made a very good point. If Will can't do it to Jada because she's a woman, then he shouldn't be able to do it to Chris. It's not right. I know for a fact, as long as you've known me, you do not want to see anybody smack me. Do you? No. And you don't want to hear somebody on the street say, Kevin, that's what Mikhail get. That's because you're going to be like, no, that's not what he gets. Don't say that's. And I would do the same thing for you. That's not what he gets. But there are people who feel as though, no, it's okay until they get slapped. And then, because I asked the girl, I said, what if you got slapped? Would you be okay? No, I wouldn't. So then why you think Chris Rock should be okay with that?
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
But I feel some type of way that these studios are like, oh, you know, they trying to back away from a project. Maybe just be like, you know what, this is not the right time. Mm-hmm. You know, I understand.
And I agree with that 100%, Kevin. That's why I said I think that in a few months it'll
like
all blow over.
To act like he's this big bad devil, you know, come the fuck on. That's Will Smith we talking about.
And you know what? Did you see the names that they read off of after the slap when they said all of the board of governors of the Academy got together? For the meeting, they said Steven Spielberg, Ava DuVernay, Denzel Washington. There was a lot of big wigs.
Yeah,
many
and
of them were in the room.
Happy. He told T.D. Jakes. He said, "I don't know how he let the devil get a hold of him."
That's right.
And here go Will Smith.
See, let me tell you something. People like Denzel who went over to Will and had a talk with him at the Oscars. I think because we watched this video of Denzel having this heart-to-heart with Will Smith, a lot of people probably felt in their mind, oh, Denzel
was okay.
But Denzel wasn't okay with that. He wasn't okay with that. Like, come on. Like, you're Will fucking Smith. Mm-hmm. You're not some BET actor. Nothing wrong with BET actors. Yeah. But you are not some low-grade actor. You are Will Smith, and you're nominated for an Oscar, and you are in a room full of your peers, some of them 10 times bigger than you. Steven Spielberg, Francis Ford Coppola. And you're going to let something as a G.I. Jane joke make you get up out of your seat to smack somebody? Mm-hmm. Like, come on. If that was the case, you should have smacked August Alsina. Yeah. He stuck his dick in your wife. Yeah. Hello? You talking about smacking somebody?
Mm. And I know Will Smith got goons.
And August, like you said, August is still talking. He just put out a song. Mm-hmm. Where he's talking about it.
Yeah.
And I think in one of the verses he said, "And I dare you to smack me."
Did he?
No, he said that.
Oh, I'm about to say.
He didn't say that.
Because I ain't listened to no August Alsina music. Okay? So he probably could have said it. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. But that's basically what he's saying. You ain't smack me. You didn't smack me.
So there was this rumor going around that that Jada's upset that Will did it. She thinks he overreacted. Listen, stop talking to sources if you're not going to say their names.
If you're not going to say their names.
Okay? Because I don't want to hear about it. I really don't. I don't.
And I won't believe it until I hear Jada say it out of her mouth.
So this situation is not going to die until we see them speak out on camera. It's not going to die. And until Chris, maybe put his spin to it, it's not going to die. Mm-hmm. But in the meantime, there is other things happening, like Monique and Lee Daniels. They're going to be working on a film called Demon House. Octavia Spencer, another Oscar winner for Best Supporting Actress, wasn't able to do it due to her commitments to her TV show that she has on Apple Plus. And I don't know how it happened. We still haven't heard how they did it, but Monique is going to be starring in this film.
That Lee Daniels is what?
That is directing and producing and all of that stuff. Good. And it's going to be on Netflix, which is okay. This is going to be on Netflix. So last time I checked, Monique is still suing Netflix for gender bias and color bias. So I don't know how all of this is going to work.
Right.
But I'm willing to. I'm ready to hear about this. Now, Lee Daniels is more so. He said that he apologized to Monique for whatever he did to make her feel a certain type of way. He didn't say, I apologize for. Now, when you are, you know how I feel. When you are apologetic for what you've done, I am sorry for doing this specific thing to you. Not, I'm sorry for how I made you feel, because you're not apologizing. And people do all the time. I apologize if my words offended those. No, bitch. Apologize for saying what you said.
Well, that is because, and I'm a strong proponent of that. I'm not apologizing for anything if I meant what I said. Mm-hmm. Now, if you were offended by what I said, I apologize. But I ain't apologizing for what I said. Mm-hmm. And that's what Lee Daniels did. Yeah. He stuck by what it was that he said.
On that stage, that's what he
said.
said.
However, if you were offended, I apologize for that.
Right.
She accepted it.
Yes, she did.
She did.
And then they both went on, I have no words. And all this.
She accepted it.
So they both didn't say anything.
And Monique is a smart woman. She's not stupid.
Well,
so
she needs to.
She knows that he did not apologize for what he said. He just apologized for how she felt after what he said.
Do you know I would keep microphones on at all times around Monique, because she's not going to be recording me. You know, I would, like, you video recorded Tyler Perry, all this and that. Okay, yeah. I would I would keep my eyes open with that. I don't know how that's gonna go. But I'm happy that we have some progress somewhere. Mm-hmm. I still feel like when we first started talking about this, I still feel that there is a way to play this game, and Monique and Sydney are not playing the game right.
No, they're not.
And that's why she's been in this situation. She won that Oscar 12 years ago, this past March. 12 years ago. And she's only had no more than 5 films under her belt since. No more than 5. And I could probably name them. Bessie, Blackbird. She did This Christmas.
And
that's all I can think
about.
Was that
after the Oscars?
Christmas? This Christmas. Not this Christmas. Almost Christmas.
I was about to say, because this
shit, almost Christmas. And then she had Words with Will Packer, you know, who produced that film. And then, like, it was stuff going on with other stuff. Like, I don't know, you know, but whatever it is, Monique still got to eat. You know, I hope that this is a great role for her. Maybe, you know, she could be nominated for another Oscar. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I would have to see Demon House to understand it, to see if it's for an Oscar, but you got an Oscar winner.
I'm just happy. Like, listen, I'm happy they made up, because now we can move on. She's going to be working again, and I'm sure that's a good look for her. What I don't like, and what I didn't like about this situation, and it actually has nothing to do with Monique and Lee Daniels, but it has everything to do with T.S. Madison. T.S. Madison made this moment about her. When she decided to go out and say, "Oh, well, if it wasn't for me, or if it wasn't for me speaking to Bo, or it's like, girl,
she did that."
Yes, she posted the whole thing. She shade room posting everything, and it's like, girl, listen, because you know she had Monique on her show. Mm-hmm. I don't know if she had Lee Daniels on her show, but I guess she claimed
Lee Daniels. Yeah, I watched it. But this was before.
But I guess she was also saying that she's cool with the both of them off, you know, behind the scenes. And she basically just went on this tangent of, you know, people are overlooking the fact that I played a big part in this. And it's like, girl, this is not about you. It's about the two of them. Mm-hmm. Let the two of them have their moment. You know, whether you played a part in it or not, you know, that's not the point. The point is they made up. Period. Because then 50 Cent could come out and say, well, I played a part in it too. Because I called them out and you know what I mean? Like everybody can say that. We can say we played a part in it.
Yeah, everybody
can play. You know, when it's like, come on, T.S. Madison. Sometimes it's not about us. It's not always about us. Let them have their moment.
Yeah, let them have their moment. Because there could be a moment where you can have both of them sitting on your show talking about
right.
this.
Now, and then I'll say that
yeah.
that's something you did.
And then everybody would have no choice but to say,
right,
you were the
instrumental
to this.
Yes.
You know?
But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but I think that's probably something I would have said years down the line. Not, or maybe a couple months. I don't know, but not right away.
That's not even something I don't think I would have ever said, because it's like, you don't know, you're not the only person that knows them. Right. So you don't know who's saying what when you're not in the room.
Right, because Monique isn't saying anything, nor is Lee Daniels saying anything. And
they haven't since that night.
Yeah, I think I would have waited to toot my own horn. Right. I would have waited. Right. I would have waited, because if I never seen this Lee Daniels interview, I wouldn't have known. I know that she was like, you know, I'm friends with you, I'm friends with Monique, but she didn't really harp on it, and he really didn't.
What, in the interview?
Yeah, he didn't really, because it was really quick. It wasn't long at all. It was like within the first couple minutes that they talked. Now they talked more about Jussie than they did about Monique. And
well, that's probably something that he probably said that he didn't want to talk about.
Yeah, and I feel like Lee Daniels is full of shit when it comes to Jussie. Okay. Talking about, I gotta believe that boy because I cast him. No, the fuck you don't. What the fuck wrong with you?
Don't. What does that even mean?
I have to believe him because I cast that boy. So, and
you know what I really want to say, but I'm not going.
Don't say it.
To say it.
But
you know. Because you've known me for a long time. So you know what I want to say. But I'm not going to say it.
Don't say nothing.
But
I don't know what you're going to say.
Shout out to Lee Daniels.
Yeah.
But don't even say things like that,
yeah,
Lee Daniels.
But they kind of hinted to the fact that they think that Jussie is the reason why Empire got canceled, and
well, yeah, because Jussie
Star,
was again
Fox rid themselves with Lee Daniels.
Well, Jussie was a big part of Empire, so we're not going to act like he wasn't. They could have got rid of Akeem and nobody would have ever noticed. Jussie was a big part of Empire, and then with Jussie, with all of this negativity that was surrounding him, networks. Producers, they don't want to be involved in that. They don't want their projects to be involved in this type of negativity, especially when Empire was not that type of show. You know what I mean? It was a positive show. So therefore, we don't want that type of negativity surrounding us. So yeah, we got to get, and I'm sure there probably were sponsors that were backing out. You know what I mean? This man lied and tried to blame Trump supporters and tried to throw in the LGBTQ community. Like, come on, like we can't have that. We can't have that. We can't have that.
Yeah, but it's a great interview now. Only thing is it had bleeped out too many curse words because I watched it on YouTube.
What interview?
The, Lee Daniels. And, it was 15 minutes. You know, they was riding around and stuff.
Oh, in the car.
Yeah. So if y'all get a chance, check it out. Maybe I don't have the Fox Soul app, but maybe you can find it on the Fox Soul app. But on YouTube, they blanked every curse word that they blanked out every curse word. Every damn curse word. It was bleeped out. And shout out to the editing team because there was a lot of editing. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but there was a lot of work they had to do. But yeah, I'm happy for Lee. I'm happy for Monique. We'll see what happens when this film comes out. So we're gonna move on to another lady that says she's been blackballed. Nene Leakes.
And the gift that keeps on giving.
You know what, Nene?
Jesus,
instead of trying to be on another reality show, I feel like you should work on your restaurant.
Yeah.
And
call
work
it a
on
day.
your healing because you lost your husband.
Right.
And you moved on so fast with this new man and you're posting them and everything.
Are they still together?
Yeah, she's still posting.
See, I don't follow her, so I don't know.
You hear that rank? Did you park on the block?
Not park. It's all right. It'll be all right.
Yeah. So it's just I feel like she's moved on. She moved on quick. That's not really my business though. That's her personal life. But Nene, you can't say that you are blacklisted when you were the one that caused a lot of your problems.
Mm-hmm.
We seen what happened when Bravo was in your house on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We seen how you acted when during COVID they had the reunion and you closed your camera. You didn't come back. We seen afterwards you claimed that Andy was racist. You claimed a lot of stuff about somebody. And you can't be mad if no one wants to work with you after what you gave the camera. Bravo didn't make you do those things in front of the camera. You did those things.
Right.
Do I think you're worthy of another show? Hell yes. Do I think Andy has all that power to blacklist you from other things? Hell no. I think that Andy runs the show at Bravo, but he can't tell other networks what to do with you. Andy can't go over to BET and tell BET not to give you a show. You know, he can't do that. Would I love to see you in another show? Yeah, I heard you're supposed to be on some College Hill reboot. For what? I don't know. But don't start all this support black women and you trying to start a new movement because the checks ain't coming in as fast as they should be or as you want them to. You are the reason why you are in that boat. And I think you need to go through a lot of self-healing before trying to run back on television. I feel like you should get your life together first. We will still be here. Your fans will still be here. I don't think you're blacklisted.
No.
I don't think so. Andy don't have to bring you back to the Housewives. And, you know, the fans always, I see Nene Leakes was trending after the trailer came out. The fans, I think y'all also are we are some of the blame. Because, yeah, we miss Nene sometimes, but sometimes she's not needed. I don't think she's needed for every situation because sometimes she makes situations worse. And we don't need that. We really don't fucking need that. I just want a show where I can watch where there's drama and you may be able to fix it, but you might can't, but you don't need to be fighting.
Right.
And that's why I say that Married to Medicine are the Real Housewives of Atlanta because most of them are married. They know each other. They got their drama, but they are underneath everything. They love each other and it's a great fucking show. And the Real Housewives of Atlanta hasn't pulled that off in a long time. I don't know. But I'm going to watch this season. I'm going to review this season. If I stop reviewing it, that's because I'm not feeling it. I stop with all these reality shows.
When does it come back on, the new season?
May, the first Sunday in May.
Okay.
May 1st. I believe it's May 1st. May 1st it comes back.
So that's around the corner.
Yes, 3 weeks. 3 weeks away. We will watch it and we will see. We will see if it's worth discussing. T.I.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Mr. Expeditiously.
Yeah. Always trying to use big words. Now, I like T.I. Now, there was a girl who did a comedy show down in Atlanta. And
Comedian.
What I say she was?
A girl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not
a comedian.
Not a girl, but she's a woman.
There was a comedian down in Georgia.
You know, I corrected somebody like that years ago at my old job. I think I told you that. She called the phone and she said, "Oh, I spoke to the girl yesterday." And I said, "We don't have any girls that work up here." And she said, "Excuse me?" I said, "We don't have any girls that work up here."
And said
then she got real quiet. Then she said my coworker's name. I said, "Yeah, she's a woman." I said, "Not only is she a woman, but she's way older than me." Oh, well, excuse me. That's all right. Sometimes you have to get people together.
Yes.
I hate with all. I'm sorry, y'all. I just have to say this. I hate with every fiber in my being when somebody refers to an adult as a child. If you say the girl, I'm like, oh, that's not a girl, that's a woman. Because if you ever notice, you rarely ever hear anybody refer to a man as a boy. They always say the man or that guy. But with women, they always refer to them as that girl. And I hate it. And that lady was upset
I think
with
I
me.
say lady more than woman. Yeah.
That's why, because I'm sure there's somebody listening to us that's probably like, Kevin, what you mean that girl?
Well, yeah, she was a young girl.
Joe, she was not a girl. She's a woman.
Okay. She's an adult. That's why I said comedian. And I made sure I had the E-N-N-E at the end. So she was on stage doing her thing. But she looks like a young girl.
That woman, that was a grown woman over the age of 20.
Listen, we're not going to go back and forth. The girl says...
Go ahead.
The girl said, I can't stop it. I can't. So the girl was up there. She was doing her thing. And then I guess she went on to T.I. and started talking about his rape allegations or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she made some jokes about it. Now, I don't find anything funny about sexual assault. I don't know where those jokes went. I haven't seen any videos of that. But the videos that I did see is where T.I. had the microphone and he kept calling her a nigger. Mm-hmm. He kept calling her a nigger. He really wanted to call her a bitch. And he was upset because nobody did this and I haven't been arrested and nobody won and all this and that. And then in the next slide, I'm seeing he's up on the stage hugging her. And the girl was saying, like, this is my show. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. You know, she was holding her own against him. She didn't let no nigga named T.I. punk her out on the stage. And then later I'm seeing a video saying T.I. talking about I never call her out her name. If she got that video, then she could give me $1 million. I'm gonna give her $1 million.
Did she have the video?
So the girl posted a video of him calling her a bitch. And then, like, I guess cause he was sitting down, his arms crossed, and he said, bitch, something like that. And then I guess Tiny got in the comments talking about he ain't got to give her no $1 million or that wasn't worth $1 million, all this and that.
Now they're all kumbaya because did you see the video with the two of them together?
Yeah, I'm sure because she was probably going to sue T.I. Give me my fucking money. You talking about I said this? Oh, now okay, now he probably gave her some money, shut her up, or whatever. But still, T.I., you too, you and everybody else, you have to respect a comedian or a comedian that's up on the stage that are telling jokes. Whether you like the joke or not, you can't go up there and disrupt somebody's show. Wasn't you the one that was just trying to be a comedian a couple weeks back?
He sure was. Remember that a few months ago? He was. Yeah. He went to a comedy. Yes, he was. He went to a comedy house.
How would you feel if somebody interrupted you over a joke that you made over somebody they probably knew?
Well, that's what Will Smith did to Chris Rock.
Well,
and 2 weeks ago, everybody was Team Will Smith. Yay, Will Smith.
Now
you know what's so crazy? There were so many people that were Team Will Smith 2 weeks ago that were now Team T.I. They were Team T.I. And then there were a lot of people who were Team. But listen, let me just say this. I don't think that young lady was making jokes about rape victims or allegations. She was making jokes about T.I. and the situation that he's in. T.I. was upset because he was being made the butt of the joke. Not the victims. He was being made the butt of the joke. Okay? So I just want to put that out there because I know a lot of people were were confusing the two. Oh, I don't think that's funny about rape and sex allegations. Well, she wasn't making a joke about rape and sex allegations victims. She was making a joke about T.I. and his situation. T.I. was the butt of the joke. That's why T.I. jumped on stage and said what he said. I just want to make that clear. T.I., this is becoming, not even T.I. What Will Smith did at the Oscars is now opening up this big can of worms for people to jump on stage
or think that
they can when they don't like a joke. Because T.I. was very confident in what he did in that video. I watched the entire video, and he was very confident with walking on that stage. He was very confident with grabbing that girl and snatching that microphone out of her hand. These type of things lead to assault. And this is why it's not okay.
People say you do what you do and say what you say, and you deny it. But your actions speaks louder than your words.
But see, again, this is why it goes back to it's not okay to smack somebody because now you have people like T.I. and I'm sure this is not going to be the last. I'm not talking about with T.I., but I'm sure this is not going to be the last time where we see video of somebody jumping on stage to confront a comedian. It's not okay.
Don't let
Because
a
if you jump
comedian
on stage
host this year's
and
BET
assault me,
Awards.
I am pressing every charge
Yes.
I can press. When I say
Yes, I'm gonna be
press,
famous
I'm
and rich.
pressing hard because I don't want you to ever think that it's okay for you to jump into my personal space and to assault me. You can't do. When I when I saw him get up on the stage, I could see the anger in his face. When he grabbed the girl to give her a hug, I'm thinking that naturally maybe they're hugging it out. But then you could see her saying, no, don't say that while he's hugging her. And then he snatched the mic from her real aggressive, and I'm like, oh, he's up there probably whispering in her ear, probably telling her to shut the fuck up or whatever the case may be. You know, trying to stronghold her, and she was standing
Yeah,
her
she's
ground
on her own.
as she should have, because this is a part of her job. Let me tell you something. Ooh, thank you, Jesus, because it just came over me. If y'all think that what Chris Rock said and what that girl said,
That young lady said.
I'm sorry, that young lady. There you go. You better correct me. What that young lady said about T.I. and what what Chris Rock said about Jada Pinkett. If y'all think that's crazy, let's take it back 50 and 40 years ago when people like Red Fox and Richard Pryor and Moms Mabley were on stage making jokes. And they were making jokes about race. Okay? You think that's crazy. If y'all think what the two of them were saying, this generation would never be able to handle a show like All in the Family. You would never be able to
Yes,
handle
I
a
still
show
be watching
like
All
The
in the
Jeffersons.
Family.
You wouldn't be able to handle shows like that because the language and the words that they use on those shows on prime time television, you couldn't even imagine hearing that today on TV.
That's why I said, how has everyone become so soft in a lot of
Yes,
things?
yes. You wouldn't even be able. First of all, All in the Family alone, Archie Bunker, the character of Archie Bunker, he used every racial epithet you could think of on that show against black people, Asian people, Hispanic people. He used it all on that show. All on that show. You think a show like that would be able to go today in 2020? Hell no.
There won't be no Archie Bunker
No.
reboots.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's why I was trying to figure out how on earth were people upset at Chris Rock because he said something about G.I. Jane. Like, are you kidding me? Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker, was saying all types of words on All in the Family back in the 70s. Are you kidding? And you upset about a G.I. Jane joke? That lasted what? 2 seconds? What? I mean, for real, Kevin. For real. For real. I mean, there are words that they use on this show that I'm actually afraid to say now because I don't know who's going to. Yeah. But it's words that they were using.
The show was entertaining to me.
It was very entertaining, and I love All in the Family.
And Edith would go back and forth like, you can't say that.
I love All in the Family. I love it because it was a real show. It was a real show. It wasn't watered down. It wasn't that. I feel like the 70s was the last generation where people were allowed to say what they wanted to say on camera, on television, on stage before we got so. No, you can't say that because you don't really have too many TV shows in the 80s that you can think of where they were saying certain things like that. Because I think by the 80s, everything started to change. And then by the 90s, you really weren't hearing nobody on TV talk like that.
Hell no.
No.
I didn't grow up with nobody talking
No,
like
you didn't
that.
grow up with nobody talking like that. That's why I'm just like, wait, people are really offended by certain things nowadays when you got shows like All in the Family.
Remember All in the Family used to come on reruns on 57 at nighttime.
Well, you know, if you can't catch it on TV, you can catch some full episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, they have the whole season of All in the Family.
Oh, this whole series? Okay.
The whole
I know
series.
that's
And
right.
they got the Jeffersons. And I think
I will never forget
Yeah, they
that
got
one
that and the
episode.
Jeffersons.
There's one episode of the Jeffersons where George is arguing with Helen and Tom, and they're going back and forth, and it's a good heated argument. And then Louise jumps in it. So now it's George and Louise arguing with Helen and Tom. And then all of a sudden, George says to Tom, such and such and such. And Helen said, you better not say it. And George said, you only said, "Would you like a?" And he said, and that whole audience just, and he said it, but he was implying like, oh, it was something that you could tell it was about to, because the back and forth, you're like, oh, it's about to go there. About to go there. It was about to go there. And then once George said one last thing, Helen said, "You better not say it." And he said, I said, "Oh my God." And then both Tom and Helen stormed out the apartment. But it was like, and eventually Louise became the peacemaker. But it was sad. But that type of stuff, you don't see that on TV no more. You don't see it. So I'm just, now we're in the age where if somebody makes a G.I. Jane joke about Jada Pinkett, then how dare you make it? She's suffering from alopecia. Well, everybody is not familiar with that. And I had to explain that to somebody on Facebook. Because she was going on and on and on and on and on. Oh, everybody knew that Jada had it. Everybody knew it. And I said, sweetheart, I knew she had it because I saw the video. But once I clicked off that video, I forgot all about her having it. Because I had gotten so used to Jada Pinkett rocking this bomb-ass, might I add, haircut, because I think she looks amazing with it, that I completely forgot that she suffered from alopecia. Not to mention, for me and for many people who are aware of people with alopecia, the way Jada's haircut does not remind you of somebody who has alopecia. No. Because a lot of people with alopecia have different type of patches in their hair. Now, yes, there are different forms of alopecia, but let's be honest with ourselves. Most of the time, we're thinking of people with patches in their hair when we're thinking of alopecia. Jada Pinkett's haircut is a bomb-ass haircut, and it does not show any signs of alopecia whatsoever. Not saying that she doesn't have it, but just some people may look at her and think that she's just rocking a haircut.
Had no choice but to do the rock the ball haircut.
Yeah, but I'm saying even with people who cut their hair off, you still see patches when their hair starts to grow. You see what I'm saying? Like Jada Pinkett is not completely bald. She has hair on her head. It's just that you don't see any patches of it.
Yeah, I never would like. I even if we talked about it, I really don't remember.
Right. Because it was something that came and went, Kevin. It literally came and went. So when the girl on Facebook was like, "Oh, well, then she started pulling up all these different articles from the news that was reporting, and I'm like, "Child, yeah, we know, but it doesn't. A lot of people don't remember that, and so he just made a joke, and I don't think that Chris Rock would have purposely said something about made a joke specifically about her having alopecia. He's making a joke about her bald head.
No bells, okay? Like when I say rocking, she ain't rocking or ringing no bells. Like when you think of Jada, right now you think of her as being Will Smith's wife. Right. She did Hawthorne, and you seen her in one of those Batman shows. Like Jada's, I don't know what else she's doing, but she's not being talked about as much as she was back in the 90s time. Right. Like, you'll see a Jada Pinkett headline when she makes her or Will a part of the headline about what they do in their bedroom or something that happened that should have stayed in their bedroom. Right. Other than that, nobody's talking about Jada Pinkett.
Nobody. You're right. I agree with you.
When I put an S at the end of her name.
Because you're absolutely right.
Because nobody's talking about her.
Nobody's talking about her. And it's not that she's not talented. It's just that she's not somebody, like you said, she's not the Jada Pinkett of Low Down Dirty Shame or Woo or The Nutty Professor. She's not that Jada Pinkett where you're remembering, years have gone on, and like you said, now you just know her really for being Will Smith's wife. And if she is in a movie, she's in a movie with an ensemble cast like Girls Trip. Okay, she's not in a movie where she's starring. She's not. No.
And I might see a video clip of her sitting in the director's chair, in a chair.
And she's doing behind the scenes work that she is, but she's not. Her name's, like you said, it's not ringing bells. Where like a
story you remember. Now, if Beyonce said, "Bitch, I have alopecia,"
right?
Girl, everybody.
Even Rihanna.
Yes.
Everybody's going to know that.
But yeah, you had the Jada
Sierra
Pinkett
as well.
Yes.
Everybody's going to know that.
Oh, Russell Wilson. We got to add him to the list.
Everybody's going to know that. Everybody's going to know that. And everybody's going to remember that. But nobody's not remembering that Jada Pinkett has alopecia. Nobody's not remembering that. Nobody's not remembering that. No.
But I mean, I love her. But yeah. And
you didn't say that to August Alsina when he was fucking your wife. You didn't say all that. And I really.
Janet is in rehearsals.
Now, she had alopecia.
Yeah.
That would be something that we will all be talking about. Because that's Janet fucking Jackson. Was she going on
Yes.
tour again?
Mm-hmm. She don't look bad. Now she gonna lose a couple of these
Well, first
pounds.
of all, she never looks bad when she goes on
I
tour.
know, but I'm talking about her weight.
Oh.
You could tell she got on her baggy clothes.
Yeah.
She said day
She's
one.
having a good time. I know that's right.
Yes, 50,
Make that
56.
coins on tour.
Janet's about to be 56.
Somebody like Janet Jackson could.
57?
They don't ever have to make music ever again. They could just go on
56.
tour and then 3 years later go on tour. And then 3 years later go on tour. It's like
I
it's
can't
tour
wait.
money.
I
Like
can't
Mariah
wait.
Carey. Sometimes I'll be wondering why she's still making music. Why?
Cause it's when it's something that you love, it's
I
something
know,
that you-
but it's like some of the stuff that she's making now. You're just like it's not even. Mariah Carey, I feel like will never make another Emancipation of Mimi ever. That was an album that played all the time on the radio. Every song was on the radio.
But I mean, but it's just it's just like Aretha Franklin. She released
Yeah, she was.
albums into
And
her
I couldn't
70s.
tell you. I couldn't tell you the song she released in the 70s.
Talking about divas, diva sings the divas.
They told her granddaughter American Idol, "You're not your grandmother."
But they didn't say that.
Yes,
I
they
watched
did.
the video. Stop. They did not say that.
And I
But-
said, I
But
totally.
Katy Perry was trying to fuck her up.
totally
Lionel
agree.
Lionel was like, baby, come back.
Yeah.
But you will love me when I say this. But come back, cause he ain't want her grandmother coming after her.
Well, Aretha was already dead.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying talking about her, the spirit
Yeah,
of
yeah.
her. But I think that she definitely ain't her mother. I mean her grandmother.
No. But you know what? I think the granddaughter has that Bobby Christina syndrome. Because your mother was Whitney Houston, you thought you'd get out there and start singing.
Who was her mother? Oh my God.
Remember when Bobby?
Did
you forget that?
Baby.
Everybody thinks because my mom or my grandmother was this famous singer that I got it. No. and her Aretha Franklin's granddaughter, God bless her, but she will never.
God bless that leg on my bed. Look at the bed.
Oh. I'm about to say, what leg? She'll never be a grandmother. And Bobby wasn't even better than Whitney when Whitney was talk singing.
But I mean, Bobby was doing drugs early.
Yeah, she
so
was. She was.
She probably whatever voice she did have.
And Whitney wasn't doing drugs that early. She was just
No.
smoking weed.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't until she really started getting big that she started doing that white stuff.
Yeah, and they said that was before Bobby. But that was the thing in those times. Taking a bump, doing this.
Yeah.
But see, not me.
Yeah, you won't see me taking no bump.
No, I ain't bumping. I ain't doing none of that. I don't play.
Oh,
I might,
those
I
are the
might-
games
only
we don't
drug-
play.
Only drug I might do is I might smoke. And
You ever
I
take a
might
piper,
drink.
a popper,
Huh?
a pop? What is it called?
Oh my God, Mikhail, let me tell. Those things make you feel like a young boy. Oh my God.
I don't want to feel that young.
I mean, when you
Yeah.
you come like
Really?
yes, it's like a whole.
I'm gonna tell you, this is
It's
one
like a
person.
euphoric
This
feeling.
one person that I cut up with, and let me tell you something. When I with them, I eat
yes, but for
every
some-
time
but it
because
don't
they
work-
know what to do.
It's some people that if they do like to hit the popper, it makes them go soft. It makes them go limp. Like
Because some people, it's not everything's
it's
not for everybody.
It's
Yeah, it's not for
It
everybody.
make your dick go right down.
Yeah.
Bloop. Yeah, but
I hate to see people go. I just hate. Oh, I hate it because I just instantly think drugs, and I don't want to
I mean,
be doing.
it is a drug.
It is, and I don't want to be doing nothing with
It
nobody
is.
doing the drug.
yeah, but I don't like. It's a once in a while. Like I haven't done that.
Don't say it on camera.
No, it's been years.
Yeah,
Years. But I'm telling you, Mikhail,
it makes you feel like a kid in a candy store.
it's just that euphoric feeling. Like do you remember the first time you ever?
I sure did, and I remember
Okay.
who it was with. Lord have mercy. I was
Like
afraid to
that-
do it,
that-
and I remember they was just like, "Go ahead, let it out." And they were. I'm not talking about this, but yes, I remember exactly who it was.
I'm just saying, like the first time, then when you do it with somebody, like it felt like, it felt like I left my body and then came back into my body.
Oh wow!
Like
on
that was like the first,
like
first
on
5
Ghost.
times of my life.
When Whoopi Goldberg, when Patrick Swayze
Was
stepped
watching
in,
himself play with the.
no, when he stepped into her body, because remember he had to step into
Oh, I
her
don't
body
remember that.
for her Patrick Swayze's character, his ghost, stepped into Whoopi Goldberg's body, and that's when Whoopi Goldberg kind of transformed, because Demi Moore wanted to see him one last time with some type of interaction. Because remember how he came about Whoopi Goldberg was because when he went to her psychic shop, she heard him talking. Now, she was pretending like she could hear dead people. That's why she was getting them people's money. But then when he was actually in the room with her and started talking, she started like, wait, who the fuck is that? And he's like, wait, you can hear me? And she's like, yeah, who the hell is that? And then once it was told in the dead universe that Whoopi Goldberg's character, Oda Mae Brown, could hear dead people, then all of these dead spirits started coming to her. And that's why in part of the movie, and y'all know, I know this movie so well because it's one of my favorite movies ever. Then all of a sudden, all of these dead spirits started coming to her shop to connect with their loved ones. And I remember she said to him, you got all these dead people coming in here now. I don't know what to do. But that was because she was the only person that could actually hear them.
Get the message out.
Yeah. So then when he's transformed towards, like, as the movie progressed, he eventually jumped into her body. And then towards the end, when him and Molly kiss, he's actually, well, no, that was when she actually was able to see him. But at one point, he does get into her body and they're dancing with each other. Remember when they're dancing? But see, we remember him and her dancing, but he's actually in Whoopi's body. And then when the guy comes banging on the door, that's when he falls out of Whoopi's body.
I don't remember.
I know.
That.
Well, y'all know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie.
All I remember is that I know that they was making the putty. And they was spending and all.
Well, that was before he died. He was still living in that. Yeah, when they did that, he was still living. Yeah, he was still living in that part.
Now, how did we get from that from what we was talking about?
What we talking about? Right dead. But this is an easy segue into that guy at the club. Because
you're right.
His mother had the audacity to come out and say he said that's what he wanted.
No, she said that's what I wanted.
No, she said that's what he wanted.
Yes, you got to watch it from the beginning. Because that's what I wanted. No, that's what he would have wanted.
No.
Because he told me.
And then people, including T.I. Well, that's what they wanted.
Shut the fuck up, T.I. You always in the comments.
Right.
Go put out a new album or something. Damn. You bored.
Who told their mother, when I die, to take my stiff body to a club and stand me up in a corner?
Yeah, and I heard they was charging to get in the club. First of all, listen. When they say celebration of life, they don't mean bring my body and celebrate me in the club.
In the club. That's what the funeral home or the church is for.
Can you
don't
imagine
do
somebody
that in no
with
club? A dead body.
Yeah, like, ooh, somebody could have caught the spirit up in there, just not even, or not even knowing that was
Kevin, I feel like if that's what you wanted to do, then you should have took his body to your house. And then let people come to your house and do that. Because people do that. But to a club...
I'm getting chills thinking about that.
That's horrible. And then to get on the news and try to justify that. Like, come on, miss. And then people talk, oh, well, how you going to tell people? Easy. Don't bring that to no goddamn club.
Right.
That's how I can tell somebody how to, don't bring that to a club. And then you're going to charge me to get in there.
They didn't know.
That's a lie. Let me tell you something. I saw that they said that. Let me tell you something, Bliss. You's a goddamn lie. Because anytime a hearse pulls up to your fucking door, what do you think is in that hearse? A bottle of wine?
A whole body.
And when you mean to tell me nobody saw them pull this dead body out of the car?
And they had all those people in that club and posted his body up. Y'all didn't shut it down.
Because let me tell you something. Before the people came in the club, y'all was setting his body up. Because y'all didn't set it up while the club was going on. Y'all set it up before they came in. And you mean to tell me nobody in that club, none of the workers said, hello, boss? They were the dead body. You mean to tell me none of you know? Come on. And you can think I'm going to believe that y'all didn't know that?
What did they do with his body after the club? Is he buried?
I think he is. But you know my friend who is she works in a funeral home, funeral director. She said to me, doing stuff like that, because that's a common thing in certain parts of the United States, including down south in New Orleans. Not taking them to the club, but, you know, just some people stand up and sitting at a table and all that.
Rides and
that's what I was getting ready to say. My friend said that it's actually very difficult to try to get a body to, because you have to do a lot of stuff to the body just to get it to be, you know.
Sometimes they gotta nail your feet to the ground.
Did I tell you I went to this? I told you about the time I went to the funeral some years ago. Me and my cousin, and it was a long line getting inside the church because it's somebody young. And for the life of me, you know, when you in the back and you looking, trying to figure out, because you know how my church is, it's big, the sanctuary is big. So we were in a church like that, and I was trying to figure out, looking, well, where's the casket? Because I don't see no casket. But I see people going around viewing something, and they're screaming. And as I'm looking, and as I'm looking at the people in the front, I'm like, who the fuck are they talking to up front? The whole time when I got there, it was his body sitting in the front row. They ain't put him in a casket. They set him in the front row. So they had the row for him, and then his parents and all them sat behind him. So they was looking at the back of his neck the whole service.
This is at your church? No.
Hell no! That's my thing.
I am kind of speechless. What's the point of having a funeral if you want to be sitting there in the front row with everybody else? You know,
his mother said the same thing that lady said, but that's what he wanted. No. I don't think he ever said to sit him up in somebody's church like that when he didn't even go.
Mikhail, y'all better have me in a nice suit and a nice casket in 40 years.
Can you imagine somebody sitting you in the front like this? You sitting there like this?
No. I don't. Like sometimes some of the people do look nice in those pictures.
Yeah, but no. No. I want to see you in a casket. I don't want, not you per se, but I want to see people in a casket when I'm coming to your funeral. I don't want to see you standing the fuck up.
If y'all do anything with me, you know how when New Orleans, when they dance with your casket and shit, I want somebody to dance, but y'all bet not drop it. Y'all bet not drop me. It's gonna be all hell gonna break loose. But that would be something decent. But all of that other stuff.
This is what she should have had with this guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
His mom's house, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't even want to be posted. His eyes is open. He did. And look how his leg don't even look natural sitting on his lap like that.
Where's that guy's mom?
Sitting at the table.
Oh, right here. This is when she was holding on to him sitting. That's what she should have did. Take that to your house like these people did.
Don't post me up in my house. Don't post me up nowhere, bitch. Yeah. Looks nothing like never mind.
She had beer and everything. That is so ghetto.
Yeah. Let me rest.
Kevin, I'm telling you.
Let me rest.
This was nice. This man was nice. He was a jazz legend.
Mm-hmm. That's the one that I think they had to nail down. And they had to put a pole in the back of his neck.
Well, you have to for them to stand up. And Abuela. They had her in her house coat. That don't even look like her. Like a man right there.
But Kevin, don't say it.
I'm not saying that. I'm not showing no more. Now this lady was fly.
Mikhail is really showing me pictures.
Because I remember this lady. She was like a socialite.
Yes, I remember that. Yes. She looks good.
She does look good.
Damn
that
good.
That funeral home did a good job. Oh, and this guy right here on the motorcycle.
I remember that one. I remember that.
I got stuff showing.
That's in Puerto Rico. Yeah, it's real popular in Puerto Rico. They all You show me all these Spanish people. Listen.
Baby.
And all they had to do with Aretha leg was just cock it over.
That's what they did with Aretha's leg is no different from what they do with that man standing up. Because I ain't never seen nobody's leg crossed.
Her leg was crossed, baby.
With red pumps on.
Her leg probably still crossed.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I see that man sitting in front of that row. I told my cousin, it's time to go. We're not gonna go up there and view the body. No. We'll get right out this line.
So you ain't even gonna look at him sitting there?
No. Why not? Why would I? It's like I'm gonna have dreams about somebody sitting there. I have dreams in the middle of the night. You wake up and you see somebody sitting there in the corner and it's him.
Did you ever wake up thinking you seeing something and it's just a fucking shadow or something? I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, never mind. Ooh, never mind.
Woo!
Like, yes, I've had those type of wake ups. Like, ooh, I thought of something.
My friend said, Mikhail, that is a lot of work to do bodies like that. She said, we hate when we get people request that. I said, is that a common thing? It's not really common here in Philly. She said, but you know what, Mikhail, you do have some people request certain things, but a lot of times she said that a lot of people here in Philly don't necessarily have them do it at churches. They'll do it in their homes.
No, you know what everybody want to do now? I mean, everybody want to do a horse and carriage now. And I think
it's a waste of money.
Everybody.
It's a waste of money.
Everybody. We did it for my nephew. But it was not. This is before, because I've never seen it before my nephew. Then all of a sudden, everybody started dying. Everybody.
What I didn't like is what I don't like. I don't like. I just think that the difference between Jeremiah, the church and the cemetery was on the same street. It was just blocks up. You just had to walk 8 blocks. I don't like when you transport the body in a hearse and then take it out midway and then put it in the, because it's like that's a waste of money. Like just drive to the cemetery.
Yep.
Period. Let's just drive to the cemetery.
But I know one thing. I wasn't touching that casket with my mom thing because that thing was heavy. I was not picking that up.
Yeah, it was heavy. It was very heavy.
Because I was like, I might drop it. I'll let y'all do it.
Yeah, it's very heavy.
I'll let y'all ass.
I let what's her name take my what's her name? My spot, Abby. Because when we was in the cemetery, we had to stop. You don't remember we stopped in the middle of the thing carrying your mom's casket? Because it got too heavy for me. So I said, somebody got to grab this. And Abby said, you weak? I said, yes, I am. Come grab this. Because it's too heavy. It's very heavy. Very heavy. Very, very heavy. And
Baby, they be like, Kevin, I dropped the damn. Not me.
And I wasn't going to be responsible for dropping nobody's mom.
Didn't Sam carry it?
I don't know. It was a lot of us carrying it. I know it was me, Charles. It was a lot of us. So I think Drew carried it too. It was a lot of us.
That after the funeral, that part was a blur.
Yeah, it was a lot of us. I just don't remember. I just remember I couldn't carry it no more. So I said, we got to stop. We stopped midway to the plot. And I said, yeah. And Abby said, you can't. I said, no. No, I can't carry it. It's heavy. It's very heavy. No.
My mind just said something else. You said other heavy things.
Yeah, well, that wasn't that. Wasn't that?
It wasn't that.
It wasn't.
Yes. So, Candy's baby daddy Black.
God.
First of all,
my God.
who is granting interviews to this guy? Who cares about what he thinks?
Who cares about what he thinks?
Yeah, somebody made this go viral because what he said about Candy happened 10 days ago. Okay? I'm looking at it like, wait, 10 days ago? So ain't nobody caring until somebody's seen this. Right. And like, we got to get his ass together. Shout out to the interviewer because the interviewer even told him, wait a minute. Like, you don't even make sense what you saying. He wasn't making sense. Basically, he's trying to say that Candy's daughter is jealous because... Yeah, Candy's daughter, Riley, is jealous because his other kids
all grew up in
the house with him until they graduated.
Except for
her.
She's
jealous because of that.
Right.
Now, I don't think that first of all, I wouldn't be jealous of that. No. Especially...
She might be hurt that she didn't have a relationship with you. But I highly doubt that she's jealous that her brothers and sisters grew up in a house with you.
Yeah.
Well, her mother put her in beautiful homes.
Yeah, and
her childhood.
Probably the best of school.
Okay. I don't think that she's jealous of that. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say I don't think. I know she's not jealous of that. Yeah. Why would she?
She may have wanted to know you in the beginning.
And a relationship with you.
Yeah.
But jealous? No, absolutely not. And for you to say that on camera, for you to let those words roll off your tongue, I'm sure made any type of situation with her worse.
Yeah. Then he kept saying, well, I don't understand how Candy got a lot of money and she wanted me to pay child support. Well, you're not supporting your child in any other way. So damn it.
Right.
How about you pay?
Right.
And it's not uncommon for people, people who have a lot of money to have the other spouse or partner pay child support. Because damn it, you have to pay child support.
It's not about child support. Is not about what parent has the most money. You as the parent, you're not, especially if you're not pulling your weight, which you weren't. You weren't taking care of this child. You were doing nothing with this child or for her. So yes, you have to pay child support to support her. Yes, Candy is supporting her from Candy's standpoint as the mother. But you as the father, so basically, well, why should I have to support her when her mother's rich?
Right.
That's basically what you said.
Yeah,
I don't need to support her. Her mother's rich.
There was a time, he said Candy didn't stop her from seeing me, but Candy didn't make her see me. See.
Blaming the mother.
Blaming the mother. My father would say some shit
Blaming
like that.
the mother.
One thing my mom never stopped me from seeing my dad. I don't care how many kids he had with the woman after her and the white lady that he was with. And then my brother's mother. She never stopped none of that. If I wanted to go somewhere, I went. Now, if he told me he was coming and he never, the times where he didn't come, she'd be like, don't ever make your child, if you ever have kids, don't ever make your children feel that way. Because that pain is something, bitch. You sitting there waiting and waiting. You seeing people coming to the block, that's not him. You waiting and waiting, and that motherfucker never comes. Oh, I can tell you some stories about that. That day of the Million Man March, I was supposed to go with my dad to that.
But did he ever go?
Yes, he went and took my cousin. All right, what type of shit is that? You told me you were coming to get me.
And you didn't come.
No, you did not come. That's something y'all just learned for the first time. Yes. Oh, Mikkel, I was just waiting and waiting and waiting and wait. I remember it was like October 1995. I'll never forget that. Yep. I waited, and I was like, oh, fucking, he ain't coming. He ain't coming. I missed school and everything. Yeah. I think it was a Wednesday. It was on a Wednesday or something like that.
I can tell you one damn thing. As historic as it was, I tell you one damn thing. After me standing all day at that thing 2 years ago down there, I'll never do that again. Oh, my feet was killing me. And I had to pee. Oh,
yeah. So, Block, all that shit you saying, that's bullshit. Right. If you wanted to be in your daughter's life and you felt, you said Candy didn't keep her away, then you should have made an effort to be there, especially since you got a house full of kids. Why wouldn't you want all your kids playing together and being with each other and getting to know each other? Why you didn't make that happen? You talking about Candy didn't force it to happen, but you didn't enforce it either.
You didn't enforce it either. That's right. That's right.
Ooh, and I hated how he was talking, sounding like a whole loaf of bread in his fucking mouth.
Like Andrew Caldwell. No,
Like,
Andrew Caldwell talks like he got pickles in his mouth.
He sound like
and his tongue is too short.
Okay, I don't care how drunk I am. I don't care. I would never settle for Andrew Caldwell, a Block, none of that. I mean, I get horny.
If you had to pick between Andrew and Block,
neither.
Your hand. You'd settle for your hand.
Yep. Or my toy.
Or your toy.
Yes.
Whatever toy that is.
I got plenty of toys.
I'm sure you do. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounded so stupid.
I would never, ever, ever. So Riley, keep doing your thing, and I hope that you pick a good man. So at work, we had these. Somebody pick a topic. All this shit. So we talking about girls that get with men. No, they started talking about Summer Walker, and I was like, oh fuck Summer Walker. Now, I was saying it from the standpoint of, okay, you teased these baby mamas when you was with this man. You knew all along he wasn't shit with his baby's kids and all of that. Then, now all of a sudden, you want to make a whole album about him and you want us to feel sad for you.
And the album actually did really well.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, right.
But, Mikkel, my thing is, you knew he wasn't shit from the jump. You talked about those baby moms. Now you in the same boat with them baby moms. You telling us he ain't shit, he ain't this, he ain't that. But you was the same person that was talking about them. So you already knew it.
Sorry.
If you don't turn that shit off. So you already knew that he wasn't shit. And I said, this is something that I wouldn't want my nieces to be going through with baby daddy drama or baby mama drama. I wouldn't want that for them. So I said, if you see he ain't shit with the kid's mom and with his kids, why would you turn around and have a baby by him?
That's right.
Oh, Mikkel. One girl just defending him. Oh, well,
defending Candy's baby father?
No. Hell no. Defending
Summer Walker's baby father.
Yeah. Talking about well, when you with somebody, you don't think that's gonna happen to you. I said bullshit. And then, like, when I thought about what she was saying, I thought about our difference in age because some of my coworkers, they're young, and I was like, it's not about giving people chances. You can't do that. You can't fuck around with something like that because you bring in somebody in this world potentially who you have to raise by yourself when you would want to raise a child. If it's not a 2-parent household, then you still want it to be an amicable relationship where you get time with your child, he get time with the child, or whatever the case may be, but you don't want no back and forth, and then you got to deal with the other moms. Like, who fucking wants that? I'm glad that my mom never, if she did have a problem, I didn't know about it.
Right.
I ain't never hear her talk bad about nobody's mom, nobody, none of the kids, nobody. She never even talked bad about my dad. And I couldn't even picture them. I can't even picture no drama. You know, but people do need to make smart decisions. If especially when you're young. If you don't have no children, don't have no children. Don't have no children until you go to school, do what you got to do. Or at least go see some of this world before you start having babies. Go see this goddamn world. That's what I be telling the young people at my job. You ain't got no kids, good. Some people, you see they got kids. It's a struggle sometimes because their kids get sick and they got to miss work.
That's right.
Some happy here, they got to miss work. Girl, you don't got time for that. Go to school, get what you got to get.
I talked to my sister recently, and I said, "Well, you got some babies." Yeah, my
Look
sister
at you
said
rushing
babies.
people.
My sister said babies. I still got a lot of traveling to do. I said, "I know that's right." She's doing her thing. You know what I mean? Her
It's
boyfriend
no
is living his
rush.
life. Right.
It's no rush. You know, it's no rush. It's no rush. That whoever, like, it's okay to get some good D. It's okay, but don't get stupid.
Right.
And a lot of people get stupid. Don't get stupid. Get the D, but don't get stupid. Don't start letting him get the keys to your house and the keys to your cars, and you giving him your money. Oh, come on. Come on. Don't get stupid. No, anybody get no keys to nothing in my place. You know, I'm just saying. I don't
think anybody want the keys to this place.
Oh, bitch, please. Don't do me like that. Because when it's clean, it's clean. But right now, it's not. It don't stop nobody from saying, oh, because
Listen, it sure don't.
That don't stop the show. When they come up here, they know where to go.
I want to know what neighbor you're talking about.
Oh. You know.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
But how does he? I think you talking about that one.
No. I don't. That one I only see once in a blue. But it's just like every time.
Feel like a pervert.
Yeah, like every time I come downstairs, you opening your door.
Do we got people living there well?
No. It's just one. He got one person. I don't really see the people downstairs like that, but they still here. But I just don't see them like that. Probably see them more in the summertime. But I'm just like, every time I come down, here you go opening your door. Like, what the fuck?
Listening.
He must have his ear up to the ceiling.
You just do a thorough look in this apartment one day. Make sure ain't no hidden cameras in there.
I put my own hidden camera in here. But I'm just like, damn.
Like, why you always come to the door?
Every time.
That's the one that be sitting on the floor smoking.
I feel, like on, you know, like on For Color Girls, how Felicia Rashad, every time, like, bitch, you at
she
the
knew
door.
everything. Yep.
Like, sit your ass down. Like, damn. Like,
yep.
Let me do what I pay my rent. I don't cause no trouble. Stop being.
He probably think that you running the whorehouse up
I
in
probably do. But I keep my company consistent. But don't you be up in here.
What I'm doing.
Right. I don't.
Or maybe he want to come in here.
No.
Ugh.
Never.
Yeah. He looks. He like he don't take a bath.
I just thought that in my head.
He do. He don't take a bath. When I be looking at him, he be looking just sweaty and just dingy. Like, ugh. Like he stink.
Every time I come down the steps, you're opening your door. Why?
Why? He'll never open it when I come in.
No.
He probably say, "Oh, they ain't his type."
It's always a certain time of the night. Oh, let me see.
It's too early, and that's not his type. Wow.
Do you have a newsy neighbor? Tell me all about it, cause I do. So we got one question.
Wait, no. Congratulations to Justice Jackson.
Oh yeah, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who was nominated 53 to 47 by our Senate. Only 3 Republicans were on board. They were Mitt Romney, the Alaskan senator,
Susan Collins,
and
Murkowski.
Murkowski, yeah, that's the one from Senate. I meant from Senator, from Alaska. Everybody else said no. Even a black Republican from the state of South Carolina, Tim Scott.
Tim Scott. Well, I mean,
yeah. I mean, everybody. Oh, you're so impeccable. You have this. You have that.
Right.
You have that. But no.
right.
Oh my God, you're so brilliant. You're so nice.
No. Did you see Mitch McConnell stand up and walk out when they started cheering? Oh, there's a video of when they're cheering, and you see him standing
with his old racist, wrinkled ass. Ain't nobody's playing.
His face is ugly.
Yeah.
He's got an ugly face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations to her.
Yes, I'm happy for her. She's going to be there this fall.
She'll be sworn in June, I think, because that's when
June?
Justin. That's what Justice.
Yeah,
that's what he.
Start in the fall.
Yeah.
You know,
but she'll be sworn in after he leaves, which is good. That's amazing. So we witnessed in our lifetime a black president, a black vice president, a black female Supreme Court justice, a Hispanic female Supreme Court justice, because Sonia Sotomayor,
a female vice president.
I just said that.
Oh, you said a black.
I said a black president, a black vice president,
but you didn't say a female.
Well, I mean, we all know she's a woman.
And
if we don't know that, then, So we've witnessed a lot in our lifetime. We witnessed a lot in our lifetime,
and not even that. Because Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell.
Because
even
they were Republican, but Colin Powell was the first. He was the first black Secretary of State. Condoleezza Rice became the second black Secretary of State, but she became the first black woman Secretary of State. Madeleine Albright in our lifetime became the first woman Secretary of State, even though she was white, but still she was a woman. So we've seen a lot of firsts in our lifetime. Yeah. We really have. Yeah,
but everybody. But you're everything is impeccable.
And to be quite honest, the Supreme Court right now looks a lot like the United States. You know what I mean? It's still more, white faces on there. However, but you still have an Hispanic woman, a black woman. You have a black man, even though you can't rape to get me wrong. Yeah. But it looks like it looks like what it's representing. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. I'm just still irked that it's 4 conservative justices and 3 Democratic justices. Oh no, I'm lying. No, it's more. Yeah, 6-3. I'm sorry, I'm talking about 4. Yeah, I'm really still upset by that.
Maybe if some,
none of them conservatives,
they're not going to step down
because they're still young, and they've only look at Chief Justice Roberts. He's only been there for 17 years, which is a long time. But the rest of them came after him, so they're not going nowhere.
Yeah, and
they're not going nowhere.
RBG held on, child. She
did. She tried. Yeah, she tried.
Yep. She held on. And they got her in there in 7 days, 9 days.
Who?
What's her name?
Amy
Coney
Barrett. Yeah. She's very forgettable.
Yeah.
She's very forgettable. But we know what that's about. Yeah, we know what that's about.
Because Trump thought he was going to get her to overturn the election.
Yeah, we know what that was about. That's why they got her in there. And it didn't work. And to be quite honest with you, there's been Whoopi Goldberg said something the other day on The View that I agree with. And that is, a lot of times you find yourself looking, because I know I do, you find yourself looking at some of these cases that the Supreme Court oversees. And a lot of times you see that some of the conservative justices lean
certain ways.
Like Chief Justice Roberts has been leaning with the liberals. I think it had something to do with gay marriage. It was a lot of things that you wouldn't have expected him to lean with, and he voted with the liberal justices.
Anybody going for them overturning gay marriage?
No, they're not doing that. No, you're not doing that.
Leave it alone.
Even Amy Coney Barrett, like you said, Trump thought that she would go in there and X, Y, and Z with the election, and she didn't.
And he was upset about
that. And he was upset about that. And she didn't. And she did right, even though, we look at her as being one of the least qualified justices on the court. But she did right. That's not why I'm here, and that's not what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to interpret the law the right way. President Trump, you lost. Point blank, period. You lost.
I'm so tired of him.
I'm so tired of him.
Yeah, let's not even talk about him.
I hope he don't run in 2020.
Yeah, he will.
I just hope so. I just hope he don't. Because I don't have time. I don't have time for a clown show again. Him and Bailey.
Yeah, and do me a favor, y'all. When y'all write us, when y'all submit letters, if you sending it to the Read and all these other different podcasts, don't do that. Like, send it to your favorite one, and let's call it that. Because I don't like seeing, oh my God, I just heard the same question on this thing. I ain't got nothing against the Read. But I wanted our questions to be exclusive. Don't be sending them to everybody. Don't do that. So if you really going through something and you ain't making up shit, write it to the scorpionshow@gmail.com. The link is inside the more info box. Don't be writing to everybody. Now I ain't even read this, but let's read it. I'm gonna say his name. I had sex with a younger guy from Grindr on my off day. I'm 23 and he was 21. The next day at work,
younger guy. That's
but
the same age.
look, listen.
Oh,
the title is he was younger than I thought. I should have read that.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had sex with a younger guy from Grindr on my off day. I'm 23 and he was 21. The next day at work, my manager pulled me aside and asked what I was doing at her house. I was confused until she explained she had a Ring camera and she told me exactly where I was yesterday morning, what time I arrived and what time I left. I told her, somebody made this up.
That's a made-up story.
Yes,
it's a
it's
good
too
made-up,
good to
but
be
it's
true.
good.
Yeah. I told her I was invited over and she would have to talk to the person who invited me if she wanted to know more. She then told me the guy was her 19-year-old son, and she was just concerned that he might be selling or buying drugs because people are always in and out of her guest home with him. She said she questioned him, and he said the guys were just friends from college, but she knows I'm not in college. What the fuck should I do now?
This is a made-up story, but
Yeah.
it's made
I
up,
feel
but
like
it's
she's genuinely concerned about her son, but that shit is awkward for me. I'm black and they are white, by the way.
Listen, if the son told her that you were a friend from college and you told her, listen, talk to him, it's the end of that. There's nothing you should say. It's nothing. Just don't go back over the house no more. Mm-hmm. Just don't go back over there no more. He's 19. He's legal. I mean, he's not 21, but he's still legal.
Younger than I thought. Like,
right. Because you're only 23.
Right.
I thought you was about to say he's like 16 or something.
Ooh, girl.
But he's 19, you're 23. What is that, 3 years apart? 4 years apart?
4.
I mean, yeah, it's okay. He's legal.
Yeah.
Just don't go back over their house. That's
Right.
all. Don't go back over there no more. That's the only thing. That's the only advice I can give him.
Yeah, that's the only thing I
Once she told me she had a ring cam and she saw me, you ain't never got to worry about me going back over there no more.
But why she's not questioning her son about who else is coming over there on that Ring camera?
Well, she said that he said that she did. That she said that her friends come over as 19. I mean, college kids.
Yeah,
but
said
she said that she knew he's not in college. I looked at her and said, well, you don't know what I'm in.
Yeah.
And don't question me about me going to community college. That's what I was told her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm mad because I think this story's a little bit too good to be true.
It's made up, but it's a good story.
Yeah. I ain't going for it. You won't get me out here. Now, that's probably both going to be on the read and on this one as well. But if you go shout out to the read, go over and listen to the read as well. Listen, y'all know I don't listen to other people's podcasts and stuff, but I do shout out everybody out there that's in the podcast world. We are out there, and we still swinging with them. We are still out here. I'm proud of us because there's a time I didn't want to do podcasts. Like, fuck these podcasts. I don't want to do podcasts. I'd rather do YouTube. Now I'm out here in rocking the hard places. This is going on YouTube. This is going to podcast. This is what are we doing? I don't even know. But I like the podcast, and I'm glad that that lady that was at our live show 3 years ago, but when you gonna do it? And I said, give me a year, and we did it within that year. It took me 51 weeks, but we got it done. And by the way, I am working on us doing something this summer live. I don't know when exactly, but we have to do something this summer. It has to be on a Saturday when we're both off, but we're going to do something, and you guys are going to come.
Show again?
Yes, we're going to do something.
I would prefer to do a live show again.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I would prefer to do that.
That's what I want. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to start looking around and seeing who's open and who's doing what, because I definitely want to do that again. And I want to do more, not just one show a year. Like, I want to do it more times. Because that one time that was fun.
I think if you look for Well, I don't want to talk about this on camera.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this on camera.
But I definitely want to do. I want to do it again. Definitely. It's like on my bucket list, and I feel like, oh my God, the summer is almost here.
It actually is. So
Yeah.
you got to, because if you want to do it,
Yeah, we got to start.
Yeah.
We got to start doing it now. So yeah, y'all got into my mind a little bit, but yeah, we're about to get ready to leave. I thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you go to YouTube, you can watch it. Make sure again to those that's on YouTube that you download the podcast. Just all you have to do is download it. It's not hard. And I thank y'all. We will be back next week. Can you believe next week is already the half of April when we just started April last week?
Easter is what, 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but the following Sunday.
The 17th, yep.
April. Bam, it's almost over already. Can't believe it. But we're going to go. Bye-bye, y'all.